all the things that we can do as adults to show the young people on our planet that they don't have to continue on with this cycle of the way we are covering and experiencing and performing on and off the field. Seems like every week something comes up in sports, something negative, something off the field, well, usually off the field. I don't remember it always being like this. I really don't. Social media, as I said earlier, is partially to blame. Phones, cameras everywhere, live this and live that, and check this out, watch this, I'm here, look at this. And it should be all about college football playoffs right now, the tail end of the NFL regular season and what the battles are in each division and conference, college basketball starting, conference play just about to begin. But it makes me kind of tired of the stories that are negative, tired of the pessimism, tired of the criticism, tired of the skepticism, sad, melancholy, mean, nasty, the negative. Unfortunately, there are stories, and they're all over. And because of social media, because of the instantaneous way we get news, and because of the internet, we can hear more about the stories that have been going on for years. We've talked about this before. We haven't heard all of them, but don't you think we can stop making these stories? Don't you think on December 5th, 2018, we can stop the stories from happening? We can prevent sexual assault. We can prevent crimes with weapons. We can prevent murder, rape. We can prevent pedophilia. We can prevent all of these negative news stories from happening. We can stop creating the buzz around the bad topics. Do you want to know how? Do you want to know at least why I think it's possible? Because we, each and every one of us, whether we're a sports fan or not, can change. We have the ability to make our own personal changes, our shifts in principle. We can change our ideas about how we treat other people. And we can finally stop the madness. But we, me, you, and everyone else, sports fans, athletes, coaches, athletic trainers, administration, everybody on the planet can help shift from the negativity. Some of the recent stories, and one of them that triggered me today is the one about Urban Meyer retiring from Ohio State, blaming his health, I guess, when really, if he could be one of those people making a change, he could stand up and admit he made a mistake. Admit that the Zach Smith situation was probably one of his biggest regrets of his career. Admit that while at Florida, he allowed things to happen and guys to play that were making mistakes that were unforgivable, that were making mistakes and they were not suffering any consequences. Urban Meyer could come forward and apologize to the families that have been affected by some of those kids that he was supposedly mentoring at Florida and at Ohio State. Urban Meyer could be the Jose Canseco of college football. You may not like Jose Canseco. He wasn't the greatest guy. He made some bad decisions. He was a talented athlete. He was a pretty strong baseball player. But he shifted our entire perspective in the name of baseball when it came to steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. You can blame him with anger, or you can thank him because he opened up a conversation that we all needed to have. So now, rather than criticizing Urban Meyer anymore, I'm going to plead, and I'm going to ask Urban Meyer to come forward and take full responsibility of what happened at those two colleges. I'm going to ask Urban Meyer to be a role model because he is one. I'm going to ask Urban Meyer for the last couple weeks before the Rose Bowl, as he's still the head coach of the Buckeyes. I'm going to ask Urban Meyer to lead men a different way than he has in the past. And I'm going to request, whether he likes it or not, that Urban Meyer come forward and admit the mistakes that he had made, admit responsibility for a situation that could have been stopped, for a situation that went on for years with a woman that was being abused at home by one of his coaches. Urban Meyer can be one of us, one of every one of us, that can be a change. He can make a change right now. He can be an example. Urban Meyer can go down as one of the best college football coaches we've ever seen, and as a man that admitted when he made a mistake and was completely honest and forthright. He could take questions from the media. He could go on talk shows. He could talk to all the morning shows on ABC and NBC and CBS. He could come out and make a change. He could be the guy that shifts the whole landscape of sports. All he has to do is come forward and admit he made a mistake and try to be the change and try to help shift the way we cover stories, because we can stop it. If we admit it's happening, and until we admit that it's happening everywhere, we can't face it and have the difficult conversations. Guys like Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, they made a difference, even though at the time when they were doing what they were doing, they were hated. People disagreed with them. But they were historic in nature. They made changes in our country and in sports. Urban Meyer can be one of those guys. There are guys out in the world, in sports, and women as well, that can create the change. They can lead us in the change by being honest about situations and taking full responsibility. Not partial. Not, oh, I misremembered, or I can't recall, or I misspoke, or I didn't tell the complete truth. No, come right out and say it. I lied. I didn't know how to handle it. It was uncomfortable. People were going to get hurt. I didn't want to lose my job. All the things that we can do as adults to show the young people on our planet that they don't have to continue on with this cycle of the way we are covering and experiencing and performing on and off the field. You're listening to the CJ Silas Show on ESPN Radio 1280 AM and FM 101.7.